Just yell into the mic. Good content, Andy. As people matriculate in, Drew is coming. Oh, he's here.
Hey!
Oh, I was about to cover for you. Drew was
nick of time, man. Whoo! We got ourselves a game.
Back in time. I'm pumped that this is good because, yeah, I guess some of the other games were technically close at times, but it'll be fun if we have a back and forth one. It'll be fun in this one. It's lined closely. Rookie quarterback.
Cool shirt. You got the
cherry.
Wolf 83, the Valvano Wolf Pack.
Oh yeah, baby. It's got him on the. You can see him getting lifted up.
Oh
there.
Yeah, sure. Jimmy V. All right.
I don't know where I got this. It's just I bet I've had this shirt 15 years. It's just one of those comfy ones where it's like, oh man, I need 100 like this. So thoughts on the first half? Great drive to end it by the Bucs. Lattimore very washed. Yardage is close.
Lattimore does look pretty well.
Yeah. It's, Washington leads 170 to 148, 4.9 to 6.4 yards per play. Bucs have the advantage.
Commanders will get the ball first.
Yes.
Very even game. Kind of waiting for the turnover, right?
Yeah, I was going to say no turnovers, only 4 accepted penalties. The rushing games haven't been great. It feels like a lot of the runs are wasted downs. I know you do get you do have some pretty good running backs. You have some running games, but the Buccaneers are tackling really well right now. Almost too well. One of them was, I definitely thought they were going to get a flag. Because when you bust a quarterback's ass that hard outside, they'll call it if it's close, and he clearly had a foot out. So there's been a lot of reffing today that has been like, oh, okay, like I was on the Eagles, but the Packers did collect that fumble to start the game. And it was probably DPI at the end. So Daniels has been good though. I don't think the moment's too big for him. He did have that one.
Oh yeah, no, he especially looks good on the high leverage stuff, right?
He had the one where he threw it at the feet.
That one wasn't great, but he was under a ton of pressure. There just hasn't been much pressure in general. We have 1 sack for 0 yards by the Bucs, 0 sacks for the commies so far. That's a little wild. Both for the fact that both of the quarterbacks are being pretty efficient and there's been no sacks and no turnovers, it's kind of surprising that it's this 10-10. It just feels like the way everybody trying to get things going on the ground was just destroying the clock here. 3.6 yards per carry for the Bucs, and that looks real gross if you take out the Baker Mayfield scramble for 18 yards. 3.4 on the ground for the
Baker running hard. When he gets the ball. Both these men are, maybe I'll just run some dudes over instead. Second half, 24.5, -2 for the Buccaneers. So the money line is 134.
I get 404. The page you were looking for can't be found.
Where are you at?
Bookmaker.
I know, but you're at home, right?
Yeah, I'm at home. No, I think something's going on with their site. That's weird.
I have it up.
Oh no, it's back now. It's up.
Okay,
up. That was
our friends at Profit Exchange. You can get a cheap 2.5.
Cheap.
Hell, there's a bunch of liquidity, and some of this is because it's people were betting this live earlier. You can get a Tampa 1.5 for 118.
If you liked Tampa -3 before the game, you're gonna love -2 now, right?
Yeah, I didn't really have a strong opinion on the side. Really I like the over. Obviously, that's dead. I'm going to say that to just reverse jinx myself into 31 points.
No, under. We don't want
really.
This Did you bet the over, or you were
just?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I 50.5. I looked at it this morning. I took that. All the late steam. All the late steam has gotten beat up.
I know. We're head to head on the total, so let's pick a side.
Okay.
Unless you want to play the over 24.5, and then I can shoot for the middle because I could see this opening up.
I was going to say, what's your feeling on it? What do you expect to see from these offenses?
It doesn't feel like either defense can really generate pressure, and I think these quarterbacks are pretty comfortable, which makes me think you're going to see some bigger plays in the passing game, right? Both the adjustments are like, well, let's stop running the ball then. That's not working, right?
Yeah. As
I don't
Brad
know.
pointed out, the over got smashed. They'll do this sometime where they'll skip
Oh, did it?
25 and a half, and they'll just go to 26.
That's 26. Yeah. Well, 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, 25 and a half. It's not really. This doesn't move the needle. 26 is interesting.
Whose defense can come up with a couple of big plays? Whose defense can come up with a turnover? It's kind of like
I don't know that either defense can, man.
I think the Bucs are
It's
tackling
going to
better.
have to be a
but
forced fumble, right? It's not going to be a pick. Neither of these. That the coverage is not good enough.
yeah,
It's not
whose
been good.
pass rush do you like better? I'm leaning Bucs, and again, I didn't have a side coming into this. It felt like a good number, but getting a cheaper Bucs here.
Who's got
tight
better
game.
special teams? Better kicker? Who's got the better kicker here?
Tight game late against the rookie.
You're a special teams guy. Who's got the better kicker?
Oh, buddy, it's probably close.
You know,
I think either of them's.
I think this is going to come in around 48 as the 47, 48 for the total. I think we play
place
the
them over
26.
right.
What do you think?
I'm fine.
I don't mind getting off 51. I don't mind shooting for the middle of 47 gets me there, 48 gets me there. 50
Why didn't you bet under
50.
52?
I bet. Is that what it closed?
Yeah,
I wasn't paying attention. It closed 52.
That's what I'm saying. All the late steam is I think there was Broncos
I
steam. There was Steelers steam.
The Broncos steam made no sense to me, and I ended up with a lot of Bills, so that was an enjoyable game. It's almost like as soon as the Bills were up 2 scores, it was over, right?
I played some props in that, and I thought it was wrong. I thought it was just, but I checked a couple places. The Cook rushing totals like between 55 and 60.
Didn't
everywhere.
make any sense. Did you play any Bo Nix running?
So I played Josh Allen rushing attempts over, and he got it before the kneel downs. But I was kind of counting on the kneel downs, and they put Trubisky, and I'm like, oh, well, thank God for that.
whoa. All right, let's see. I don't have a strong read on this, but I'm going to take some 26.
Over 26, minus 111.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I'll take that.
All right. Okay. Well, this is a pretty successful weekend, man. I kind of think whatever happens in this game, whatever happens tomorrow, I'm going to be well ahead for Wild Card Weekend.
Yeah, I had a good.
Only thing I lost so far was the second half we played yesterday.
Yeah, the second half yesterday was a dud, but
bad bet.
We talked Houston. I took that Chargers team total under. That was easy peasy, lemon squeezy. The night game, Baltimore first half was, that was their better half. I mean, they still dominated, but that was the better half of the game. So Baltimore first half was nice. And then this morning, it was, I had the props in the Bills game.
The team total over was the secret pod play.
Team total over. And then I had the Eagles -5, which felt kind of fucked. That was a bad Eagles.
Should have been 17-0 at half, man.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The Eagles didn't play that well. This is both those games. Like Houston and Philadelphia moved on with kind of C- performances.
Well, Houston defense gave you an A+.
That's the thing. Like the defense isn't going to get that every week.
That was pretty awesome. Did that change your opinion on how to rate Houston at all? And they're 8-point dogs.
I've been so high on their defense all year, Drew. I've had moments where I've had them as the number one.
I don't think that's crazy at all.
And I go to back them, or I look to back them, and then we have those performances from their offense, and even this game, and with the injuries at wide receiver, it's a mixed bag. What are we going to get from this offense? So it kind of just turns into Houston games are unders because their defense isn't going to score all these points probably every game. And that total came in pretty low. I believe that total came in 42.5 next week. Houston, Kansas City. Yeah, the Houston under was a great bet. I think you guys that was a nasty beat.
Yeah,
shit happens. That's when you have long interception returns. A 2-point conversion by by defense. Honestly, when you're on an under and you see the block, you're like, yes. And then it's like, oh no.
When it all kind of must have felt not great being on that under in that game was when
sack 80-yard touchdown. or an 80-yard.
That
so
was
not
a
only
bad one too. That was
if
about
you just
third
had
and 26.
total,
The 3rd and 26 touchdown was fluky, but even
well, it
more
was
than
an
that,
8-point
it was
touchdown, too.
6 when it was 6-0, and CJ the fumble snap to CJ Stroud on 3rd down. You're like, well, they're gonna be punting it out of their end zone. Like, no way, anything happens here. And then he completes like what was it, a 40-yard pass to get them on a huge 3rd down conversion, and they get a touchdown on that drive, and then the pick six hurts surely.
Ohio State was a funny first half line too, as far as what happened there late. There's been a lot of goofy stuff right before half times, and then in the earlier game, and I just because there's a bunch of degens in the deep dive degens that bet quarter lines, both the first and third quarter had like, real close calls on scores where they I think they could have, if they would have run the ball once in the first quarter, time would have run out before they kicked that field goal. Instead, first quarter goes over. And they threw it through. It was like 3 incompletions, nothing left, and then they kicked the field goal. And then the third quarter too was that Eagles score, or
First half came in under, and the Eagles game, that was nice. Full game under was never really in doubt.
That's what stinks is people got. I hate to say people got cute because that's like derogatory. I don't think these people are dumb. I don't think they're bad bettors. But when you say like, all right, I'm going full derivative first quarter under, and it's a good bet, and it doesn't come in, and then the first half under comes in by like 10 points.
Awful. That feels terrible.
Yeah.
What is the Ohio State? If you're up to your eyeballs in Ohio State, you're in good shape, man. You can get off at 3-1 right now. It's Notre Dame, or shoot for an enormous middle.
I'm going full November on that. I'm not getting off if I have that much Ohio State. Keep it.
It's come down, so people are taking that middle. It looks like.
Well, I think people are just taking that. Ohio State didn't look all that great at times in that game.
What do you mean they won by 14?
Yeah.
Easy cover, right?
Easy. I do like when you have the outrights. I love the spread. The best example of that is when I used to bet a lot of tennis outrights. It was lovely having like a big favorite, and you could play, like plus 6.5 games in a final or something. Oh, just dream scenario where you're just waiting for, all right, 6-3, 6-3, let's go.
Durso says he's looking for Zacchaeus unders for second half. That's cool. I don't see a huge opportunity for him to be a factor. They're using Brian Robinson Jr. a lot in the passing game. If I was the offensive coordinator, I would do more of that. The way the Bucs are deploying their linebackers, Brian Robinson Jr. is going to be doing more in the screen game than he's going to do for you if you're just handing him the ball.
There's a fake Brad Wellsant in the Discord. There's
oh really?
Yeah, chaos.
Is he fake tossing people?
Chaos in there.
Oh, that's great. How much did Zach Sawyer make on that last play? I'll be honest with you, didn't he look kind of slow?
He looked slow as shit. I thought he was trying to, so
and then he's got some speed. And like,
the first watch, I'm like, all right, he's slowing down on purpose. But as they show it again from the other angle, I'm like, he's going as hard as he can. That is top speed.
Top speed.
Like, you don't even need to do the combine. Just laser shoot that fucking play. That's his
2 touchdowns for Evans plus 240. I mean, if Evans, I'm just assuming he is the kind of guy that holds a grudge against someone like Marshawn Lattimore and would like a second touchdown against him.
I feel like after he caught that, or after he got that penalty, I feel like he probably did a little, asking, what do you call it when you run for office? Campaigning for, hey, just throw me something. Like, this guy's a bum right now.
Yeah. Are we overtime yet?
Oh yeah, we're playing.
Okay, let's talk post-draw Aussie thoughts. Q2 on the men's and the women's sides both look super tough. Women's side especially, like, holy fuck. They put all of the kind of frisky, like wouldn't want to play her. Put them all in like the same freaking tiny portion of the draw, and they're all going to beat each other and then get eliminated by Coco Gauff. So they've taken out a lot of the kind of fun, interesting chaos on the women's side with the way that they landed.
Is that where they're putting people when they ban them now? Is there some sort of tennis jail in the moon?
Sinner to the moon. WADA has said you must leave Earth. I don't really understand how the WADA, like what their say matters in any of this, but apparently they can say leave Earth, and Sinner has to go to the moon. Day one of the Aussie was crazy chalky. I think there were like 2 dogs that won, and they were both like plus 100. There was one kind of head scratching result, and I forget what, but it's not consequential. But it was a very, very chalky day. Sissipas is on the ropes right now, which is not a surprise because he's been playing like shit. What else is anything interesting happened on the women's side?
This is good. Lattimore should try to get Evans to throw a punch. That's the only way he can. That's the only way he can contribute to this team right now.
That's good.
Because if you get kicked out, whatever. Good. Your replacement isn't. But get Mike Evans kicked out. Like
that's pretty funny
strategy.
That's pretty funny.
Hitman was a good idea.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. Goff was clinical in defeating former Australian Open champion Sophia Kenin. How Sophia Kenin ever won the Australian Open is anyone's guess.
Kenin. Oh, nice little dump. Dynami Brown. Who's the guy who caught the Hail Mary? Was that Noah Brown?
Noah Brown, yes. He's injured.
Downtown Noah Brown.
Downtown Noah Brown. He's hurt.
I know the Aussie has really gotten underway by following Big Ten Watto because he just immediately complaining about break points and everything. That's his whole life.
Like that.
Did you catch any golf today? We had a playoff.
Tell me about it.
Nick Taylor, who's now
3-0 in third
playoffs.
Or fourth title. Oh wow!
I think it's his 5th title.
Shit, man! Wow.
Cannot lose a playoff somehow.
Wow. I like the screen. I like this decision to go with the screen passes for the commies a lot.
I love what they're doing to beat the pressure.
Yeah. This was a good move.
Kudos to Cliff
Kingsbury.
Sorry.
Wow. I just did the mental calculus of who's their offensive coordinator again? Oh yeah, Cliff Kingsbury. Wow. Cliff. Huh. How about that?
I wonder if he gets a job. I wonder who's getting left out. There's so many names in the coaching thing, and
I don't know.
They can't all get a job.
It's a good question.
Vrabel jumping in and taking one already.
I
love that there was reports that Dion was interested.
This one.
No.
Oh yeah. What did you make of that?
So Dion said he'd be interested, and then the report later was like the Raiders are not interested at all. I don't know. Sometimes, God bless him, he's great, but I don't know that some of the stuff translates from yelling at 19-year-olds, and some of them are your kids, and the leader of men stuff you need for an NFL.
I think both of these offensive coordinators are decent, and I think they'll both be back next year with these teams. I don't think Cohen or Cliff Kingsbury getting a job. Good decision by Daniels to throw that one away. I think
the Bears are going to do something stupid. I think, although they were linked to Marcus Freeman, and as I just shit on Sanders, going, I love Freeman. I tweeted that out today.
Seems good.
He needs to get out of there because it's starting to make me soften on Notre Dame, and
he should take the offensive coordinator with him too.
That was
the guy. That guy was Jaden Daniels' coordinator last year at LSU, and he's doing a decent job this year too, I think.
But yeah, I'd give Freeman a look.
Freeman's interesting. I'm watching this third down play. That was
kind of forced that.
That was pretty lucky. It didn't get the other way. They're really going to kick this field goal? Come on, guys.
Bitches.
Really?
Cansey
has returned to the game, by the way. If you were
back
curious.
to coaching stuff quick. You missed this because it was a tweet, but the New England Patriots official account made a graphic saying we've completed the interviews with Byron Leftwich and Pep Hamilton. And I mean, they put their pictures together on the same graphic. Like if you're trying to beat the Rooney Rule accusations, you got to at least make separate graphics. Like they just basically said, yeah, we got these two guys. It's taken care of. We're clear. And somebody did point out, like, they haven't done a job interview since when's the last time they interviewed head coaches? Bill came in like 2000. You know, I don't even know if we really had the Rooney Rule in the current sense right now.
Yeah.
You know, there's rules about how they can't be, it can't be Zoom meetings and stuff. Obviously, that we've made some changes since 2000 or whenever. So they give them some leeway there, but boy, howdy, like it's just a bad look.
I mean, the bad look is Byron Leftwich and Pep Hamilton as serious candidates is not past the smell test. Byron Leftwich last had a job in 2022. He got fired as the OC for Tampa Bay.
Yeah, it's rough. Like, it's maybe interview somebody you might actually consider.
He was a bad OC.
And it was another one too, where it's just like last year, where they knew right away, like they wanted Vrabel. We're gonna make this decision right away. They didn't even wait until the games are over for the playoffs, where they could actually do some in-person interviews with Cohen, Johnson, Dan, Kingsbury, any of those guys.
I'll give you a nickel if you could tell me Pep Hamilton's last job.
I mean, like Colts.
A while ago, he was a Colts.
Yeah,
he was the offensive coordinator in 2015. That for the Colts.
Yeah, I don't know what he's been doing. I feel like he's been with the Jags and the Titans.
Close.
I'm just naming AFC South.
The Browns and the Texans. Okay. He went from the Colts to the Browns to Michigan to, ready for this, Andy? The head coach and general manager of the DC Defenders.
Oh, shit.
Yes, 2020. He was the DC Defenders head coach and general manager. Then he became the quarterbacks coach for the Chargers. He was the passing game coordinator and the quarterbacks coach for the Texans. And then he was the offensive coordinator for the Texans in 2022, which I believe was under Lovie Smith. We'll say yes. It was Lovie Smith, I think. Yeah.
I do like how many people the Bears have interviewed. It's a lot.
Ridiculous.
I'm sad that
the Jets list is much funnier.
Yeah,
the Jets list
is sad
is
that the Rex Ryan thing isn't happening. I wanted that to happen. That's pretty funny. Yeah, David
what's
Culley.
The Mike Locksley situation?
He's somebody no one had heard of either.
Mike Locksley. He's a football coach.
Maryland's head coach.
Maryland.
Yeah, they were terrible this year. They're not even good. I'm not sure what that one was too.
He's making $4 million a year coaching Maryland football. Fear the turtle. All right. So what do you think? That was a disappointing drive by the Commanders at the goal line. I didn't love that.
Yeah, I love the play calling up until that.
Yeah, it was a wasted down with the run, and then both they did the annoying thing where they eliminate half the field for Daniels.
Yeah.
And then he just telegraphed that last pass that probably should have been picked by Dean.
That's a face mask. Goal line offensive runs. If you're running inside the 10, it should be just Daniels. I don't care.
Rashad White covers a lot of ground horizontally. It never feels like he's running vertically.
It's a good way to get a face mask. Jesus, on slow mo, they really think
broke
turned
guy's
around
neck. Yeah. What do you think the Jets ultimately do? Do you have any inclination? Do you have
something wrong? I should see what
coach.
I made guesses on everything.
Who's the Jets GM, coach, and quarterback next year. We don't know any of those things.
GM stuff is tough because you never know which. That's one of those things. Unless you're really, really plugged in, you don't really hear like who are the hot assistant GMs. It's usually just GMs on good teams, or excuse me, assistant GMs on good teams.
You know who I would sincerely kick the tires on? Somebody in the personnel department for the fucking Rams. Holy shit, are they destroying the draft? I cannot believe it. What's this replay in the foot thing?
I think he fucked up his hand.
Oh.
My guess was Flores. I put Flores as the Jets one.
Flores?
Yeah. I feel like they'll
interview Flores?
I feel like they'll take another defensive guy.
Why didn't the Patriots interview Flores? That would have been.
I want them to take Joe Brady.
Okay. Joe Brady. You want the Jets to have Joe Brady? You keep him in division. That's fun.
Weaken your own division. Get a good offensive guy.
94 is Deron Payne. Oh boy, he matters.
He does.
For the.
That's the second time he's been out with something. He had a weird like neck or back or show. I don't know what he was doing in the sound off. I can't.
Let's see who's in the personnel department for the Rams, because my God, they have their finger on the pulse of who to draft. That is for sure.
What about the Panthers personnel? Well, just Dr. E. Yeah, get it done.
If anyone can turn it around, he would be the guy.
Jeff Saturday.
No. Jeff Saturday. Who said that?
He hasn't done GM stuff. Like we should give him a shot.
Oh, Tomlin. Steelers trade him to the Jets. Fuck. That would make sense to me. Tomlin being traded is very on my radar.
It's crazy that that just doesn't happen in other sports. We get that every once in a while. Oh, you got dump trucked.
All right, not bad. Not
bad. So
not bad, Mr. Evans.
I'm going to find who the Jets have
interviewed. Mr. Evans.
So the Jets have interviewed Vrabel, Nagy, Ron Rivera, Rex Ryan, Steve Spagnuolo, Mike Loxley, Aaron Glenn, Darren Rizzi. They have Arthur Smith, Joe Brady, Jeff Ulbrich, the interim, Brian Flores, Josh McCown, Vikings QB coach, Bobby Slowick, Vance Joseph, and Brian Greasy, the 49ers QB coach, lined up for interviews. They've interviewed Louis Riddick, Jim Nagy, Thomas Dimitroff, Ray Farmer, Rams senior personnel. There you go. Mike Greenberg, Bucs assistant general manager, Mike Borgonzi, Chiefs assistant GM, Alex Hallaby, Eagles GM assistant, Darren Mookie, Broncos assistant GMs, Lance Newmark, Commanders assistant GM, Trey Brown, senior personnel exec with the Bengals, Chris Spielman, Lions executive, and Ray Grigson, who works with the Vikings as a president of player personnel. And they also will, when they can, interview John Eric Sullivan, the Packers VP of player personnel. So sounds like no stone unturned for that.
Jesus Christ.
That's like everybody.
Unbelievable.
You forget some of these names, and then you hear them again. It's like, oh, I remember like Ray Farmer. I've heard his name. Obviously, Dimitroff. We've heard.
Yeah, Ray Farmer is the senior personnel executive for the Rams.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I dig that. Yeah, bring in Ray. That's a good look. John McKay is director of pro scouting. That name is very familiar. That's not the John McKay, right? It's got to be a different John McKay. That John McKay has been dead since 2001.
Yeah. I was going to say that
because of yeah. I mean, like it could be related to him, I suppose.
The Bucs coach from like the. What do you think? Your
Ray Farmer drafted John Manziel. Did he really?
Is that the guy who has the quote when they asked him, "What do you think of your team's execution?"
Is it his son?
I'm all for it.
It could be his son. I wouldn't be surprised.
Family.
John
McKay was the father of former Bucs general manager Rich McKay, the current president of the Falcons.
You're kidding. Wow.
Oh, here's one that really bothers me.
Wow.
He has a daughter named Terry McKay Florio. Are we talking Pro Football Focus?
Are we?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Mike
That
Florio,
is wild.
Okay, Mike Florio is married to Jill Florio. All right.
Okay.
Could be the other Mike Florio.
Could be. These running plays that are just eating the clock are fucking killing me, man.
Driving me up a wall.
I need fewer running attempts in this game. Good lordy. Yeah, that was a good call. The commies' goal line penalties are killing them.
I still have no idea who's going to win this game. Mike Flores. Who was it that said Mike Flores? Was that Lamar? Or he's just like, I don't know that.
The hef. Yes, this is a Viore t-shirt. It's got a nice fish on the back.
I've never bought a top from them. I've only bought, shorts and pants.
You can even see it. Oh, really? No, not Viore. Vizsla. This is Vizsla. Sorry.
Oh,
this is Vizsla.
Should say it's
Vizsla.
I'm sure they make that's like workout.
They are a surf brand out here. And I have a lot of their goods. And their shirts are very comfortable. Not as comfortable as the Viore shirts, but they're a lot cheaper. The Viore t-shirts are you got to be feeling pretty special that day you press purchase out of Viore t-shirts. I'll tell you that much. Baker is going to try to run it in, and he is going to lose yards. Shit, man. This is not great for our over.
Time is going so fast. We're going to need
12-point
overtime.
Tick. Christ.
Finally.
Oh, boy. Wow. Well.
Finally.
All
right, now we just need 3 more scores.
You know what I do if I have Vita Vea? I don't put him on the field with the offense. I keep him on the sidelines so he can anchor my defense.
And so you can have a break.
Yes, exactly. Yes, Brian, why is he on the field? Get him out of there. Real quick thoughts on the divisional.
Flying Hawaiian.
Round markets. Got any thoughts on?
Like I said, I kind of like the Houston under. It's already plenty low. Baltimore Buffalo number looks fine. I don't know that I'm going to bet that game outside of props. I don't have a. Both of those teams at their peak can win that game by 10. I think. Who brings the most peak? It's going to be electric, and it's funny. It's going to be one of the most electric playoff games, hopefully. And then the winner just goes and plays Kansas City at Kansas City.
I think Houston could play spoiler. I'm taking the points with Houston for sure. Gotta keep
again. I like the under. I'm on the same wavelength as you, but I'm still sketched by their offense. That's why I like the under a little better than Houston. It is a lot of points.
So they keep Houston in the Houston slot Saturday afternoon.
I would think so.
Buffalo Baltimore is the Sunday evening game, although it's not Sunday Night Football. This is the Sunday Night Football finale, if I'm correct. It's like the CBS late kick.
Yeah, they're at like 3 and 6 Central Time or something like that.
I'm going to tell you exactly what time it is because I think it's actually 1 and 4 this week. It's 3 and 6 for the championship games.
1 and 4 your time.
Noon and 3. So yeah, you're right. It's 3 and 6:30. 3 and 6:30 East Coast kick on Sunday. Buffalo Baltimore is the night game. I make that pick. I would take Baltimore. I think this is a step down in terms of defensive intensity compared to going up against the Steelers. Henry and Lamar are probably going to run amok, I would think.
What if they just like, hey, guess what? We're gonna do read option again 100 times until you can stop it. Yeah,
honestly, they should. You know what? They should just do that for the rest of the playoffs. If I was them, that's what I would do. I think Houston covers and loses, and I think Baltimore wins, and it's It's going to be a fucking great game. The other two games, if the Buccaneers hold on and win this game, they'll be at Philly Saturday night. If the Commanders come back and win this game, they will be
At Detroit.
Detroit Saturday night. And then the winner of Mini LA will play on the road.
Either Eagles or Detroit.
On Sunday morning. Who you'd rather obviously see Mini there?
I think both teams are fun.
Rams Eagles is a better game. We saw them play this year, and it was a real letdown, if I remember.
We saw Minnesota Rams play already this year. Every playoff game is a rematch somehow.
Yeah, Washington Detroit would be fucking new and interesting.
That would be good. That total would be 54, right?
Surely.
Actually, Detroit's defense played a lot better in that season finale.
Yeah, it's kind of because they solved Darnold, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was the pass rush stuff, and
I don't think they have Daniels matched up at all.
Oh, that's a whole different kind of quarterback. But it's still, Anzalone mattered. Like, he made a difference.
I think I want Washington to win this game because I'd rather see Washington Detroit than Tampa Philly, right? Tampa Philly feels.
Why was AJ Brown reading the book?
Fantastic.
He did it. They asked about it in a post game. He said, "I'd read that book every game." So look forward to that. They're gonna find him doing that every game now.
What is he reading the same book, or he reads a book?
So it's like a motivational book.
Okay.
That he has a bunch of shit highlighted in it, and he reads those. I don't know if it's some sort of affirmations he's doing for himself, or I have one of those too. I gotta find it. Whenever
you're good enough, you're smart enough, and gosh darn it,
whenever you need some wisdom, you just pull out your Marcus Aurelius. This is one you can just flip to wherever in this book and start reading, and it's always good. So I was like, that's good advice, Marcus. You don't even have to read it in order. A little meditations, guys.
Oh, so fun. That's great, man.
You know what's another good one too?
By all means.
It's in the same well, this one doesn't. So it's called Ikagi. I don't know how to say it right. Ikigai. It's Japanese.
Ikigai.
It's the Japanese secret to a long and happy life, and it is another philosophy of only staying active will make you want to live for 100 years.
Oh yeah,
Sisyphus lost.
Yeah, you know what? The only upset there was that he closed the favorite. I can't believe he closed the favorite. Honestly,
great Instagram follow.
Sisyphus.
Yeah.
Or Ikigai.
Oh no, it's Sisyphus.
Oh, okay. I'm not laughing at Andy. I think Andy's a learned, wise man. Yeah.
I'm 100% not saying it right.
What?
I should do that just like AJ Brown. While you're talking like yes, I'm just sitting here.
I'm on a roll here, Andy. Just get the book out. I'm gonna rap for a while.
NBA tangent, and I'm just not following. I'm gonna pull a book out.
It would be funny if you could tell if I had like another tab open and I was like not paying attention, and you pulled the book out, and I just said nothing. Yeah.
Lean back and just chill.
Kyrgios got bet. Yuck. See,
doesn't he have like an abdominal injury, or what's his injury? It was like oblique or abs, right?
Yeah, it's true.
Or real? Was it? You saying it's not real? Is that what you're implying?
He's just out of shape. Yeah, he's just out of shape. He couldn't. He played 3 sets of tennis, and he's just like, "Fuck, everything hurts." I think that's pretty much what it was.
It is like if you don't go to the gym, and then you.
We got bet against. Yeah.
Oh,
it's
like
you should have.
It's like you don't go to the gym, and then you go do like pick up basketball, or you go skiing. If you don't go to the gym for a while, and then you go skiing, and you wake up and like, oh, my core hurts. I'm like sore from holding myself up.
Yeah. Kyrgios is playing Jacob Fernley. Jacob Fernley, I believe, was sponsored by like Barstool Iowa State or something like that. He played a very high profile match at Wimbledon, and I remember cracking up because the whole time he was on ESPN's like their big featured broadcast. He was out there with the Barstool logo on, which was cracking me up. At Wimbledon, yeah. Honestly, he played Djokovic and put up an okay fight. If Fernley beats Kyrgios, I don't think anyone would be surprised. I'm actually kind of fired up about Djokovic, Bezaviretti. That's a tricky matchup for Mr. Joker. Bezaviretti is an up and coming American player. I believe is 20. No, he's 19. Nishesh Bezaviretti. The other general thought I had about Australia is escaping me. Sorry, man. Oh yeah, did you see Gael Monfils won another title? He broke the record, oldest man to win an ATP
38.
title. He broke the record, the Roger Federer record.
38 years old. I also enjoyed him
crazy
because I felt like nobody would give away a second set like him, just with so little care. Yeah. Sometimes he would clearly be better than his opponent. He'd win a demand, maybe not even demand. He'd win a clear first set, like double break, wins the first set, and then just for no reason sometimes pisses away the second because he's just goofing off, and then wins again. Obviously, he was a nice bet against sometimes in those spots. He's French. It
was TCU, Barstool TCU. It was Purple Barstool that sponsored him at Wimbledon. So look out for that against Kyrgios.
That makes a little more sense than Iowa State. I don't think they have a strong tennis team.
Do they? I don't know.
They don't.
AJ says don't sleep on
tennis. I don't know that we have good tennis teams up north. I guess it's all indoor, but I've never heard of like Minnesota tennis doing
Greenland players looking in there. I don't know that anyone lives in Greenland, do they?
There's a small population like on the southern coast, I guess.
Do they play tennis?
Oh, I love this little mesh. Imagine that. This little mesh play, and then the seam is everybody froze.
Terry.
If this comes back,
Scary Terry.
Ineligible downfield player.
Oh no!
Dickhead.
No. Who?
Gotta know.
Wiley?
You gotta know that could be a pass.
I hate procedural penalties.
I know, but it really does fuck with the defense because once they see a blocker get that far downfield, they completely give up on the pass. Like, all right, there's guys way downfield. This is a run. When you like, if you're a linebacker and you see interior offensive linemen 4 or 5 yards down the field, you completely abandon your coverage responsibilities. So it makes sense, but the ones they called that are like close, I hate it. Because that was a great play.
Yeah. Damn. That's
they're running some nice screens though. I'm liking it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, get the ball away from Vita Vea as quickly as you can. It makes sense to me. Makes sense to me.
Oh. All right.
I really was hoping for a touchdown here before we wrap this quarter.
We can hang out for the rest of the quarter. I got nothing. Just gonna go to bed. Sleepy.
The other thoughts I had: Djokovic is cooked. I don't think he's getting past out of the quarter.
Remember when he had to stay in like quarantine
gonna get his ass. Yeah, I do. Did you see and read? He's been bringing that back up as a point of what did he say? It's like he's dealing. It's like trauma. He's like trying to process his trauma from being quarantined.
Don't trauma dump on me, Joker.
Yeah. Iga got a phenomenal draw. I heard people were kind of like, "Oh, this is a tough, tricky one." No, she got a great draw. Q4 is freaking completely paved for her, and she's on the other side of the draw from Coco and Sabalenka. So. That was very, very fortunate. Man, dude. Yes.
I love Dan Quinn. I kind of love Dan Quinn now.
You know, I don't understand why he doesn't get more love.
He doesn't have. He's not as quotable as DC.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, he doesn't have a kneecaps quote. He doesn't wear a funny shirt with his family at Christmas. It's just not.
That was
not good. Not good enough for your media.
That was a good decision to go for it on fourth there.
Well, it was
not hesitate.
Really,
just
kind of in between.
Made the decision, had the play dialed up. Bang, bang, bang. Tiafoe's in a barn burner. Well, Rinderknecht is a pretty good player. I think Tiafoe gets him here in the tiebreak. Tiafoe.
Does he ever have? Does he have fitness issues sometimes still?
No.
He seems.
He likes the best of 5 grind.
He always looks like he's more tired than he is. I think because he is just.
Well, he sweats. Sweaty. He sweats so much.
Sweatiest man alive.
It is truly breathtaking how sweaty that guy gets. Yes. More shooting themselves in the foot here, man. This is killing me.
Yeah, I would just throw plays that go into the end zone.
We've had 0 punts so far. No way, there was 2 punts by the Bucs. But
I think so.
Dude, we've only had 3 drives in this quarter, man. This is crazy. This is crazy.
But we're on pace to be going into overtime.
This is crazy. I get paid for every month reference. Nice. Le month. Gem's life. I wonder if Svitolina has anything in this tournament. I'm kind of curious what her deal is.
I don't follow.
She has Sorana Cristea on the ropes right now, serving for the match 6-4, 5-4.
That's funny that you wondered what Gem's life was up to, and she's actually right in the midst. Right in the midst of one.
About to have match points. Yes. She is knocking on the door. Yeah, I think this is going to be a chalky Aussie Open, actually. And I think week 2 is going to freaking rock for both men and women. I get the sense there's going to be some really good tennis in week 2. Medvedev, I think, is being slept on. I think he can win Q2. He gets his pigeon, Andrei Rublev. If Rublev even gets out of round 1, did you see Rublev drew the unfortunate round 1 matchup of the up-and-coming Brazilian player? João Fonseca.
There's a Brazilian good young players.
He was the next gen. Next
João Sousa.
He was the next gen winner. Is it João Fonseca?
Best of 5 though. Let's see you do it in best of 5. Yeah, let's see you do it best of 5, young man.
So Rublev Fonseca is a fascinating market to me. It is Fonseca's plus 120 right now. Joao.
Playing it.
Fonseca.
Parlaying the under with the favorite.
He's on fire, man. This is his first ever Australian Open. He is actually correction and retraction. This is his first ever main draw of a Grand Slam. He was round 1 qualifying in Wimbledon, round 3 qualifying at the U.S. Open. So he is brand new on the scene. I remember
what happens when you get to round 3? They switch to best of 5.
So he made noise, ranked 655 in the world. He got a second round. He made it to the second round of the Rio Open last year. And he beat Arthur Fils in straight sets. Yeah. It was pretty impressive. And then he beat everyone at the next gen finals. He was your winner.
He's a champion.
That was, of course, contested in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. There's some, rightfully so, there were some people less than pleased about the
Fonseca's 18. Fonseca turns 19 in August. Jesus. He is a baby. Wow.
I mean, how old was Carlos when he started playing main draws? I feel like he was 17.
That's probably right.
Some guys are just freaks, baby. Probably uncatchable.
Oh, no. Come on.
I'll take it. I mean, he fucking tackled him. You can't do that.
You can't do that.
Even if it's a little bit over your head. Dan Quinn is Dan Quinn is
He's smirking. He's
like,
shit
and
eating
then
grin.
he's like, "Oh, I'm on
Shit
camera."
eating grin. 3rd and 10. We got one. They're getting the road whistle. Oh, it was the correct call though. You got tackled. Was that Zion McCollum? Yeah, he did that.
Yeah.
That was you.
Todd Bowles
you,
always
buddy.
looks like he just like he's not actually coaching. Like he's just there, but he has a stake in if his team wins or not. It never seems like he's doing something with urgency. Like, if he's standing upright and he's in the back of the end zone, he can get his hands on that.
Carlos Alcaraz also. This is amazing. He also made his ATP main draw debut at Rio. How weird is that? Of course, he's Spanish, so I guess it's a little weirder than the guy who's Brazilian making his debut at Rio. He was 16 when he did that.
It's a good Duran song.
Yeah. You want to know some more interesting Carlos Alcaraz trivia?
He's super muscly.
He made his challenger debut at age 15. He won his first match. He won his first match against age 17-year-old blank.
Feast.
Yannick Sinner. First ever challenger match was against Yannick Sinner, and he got him. How about that? It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Jesus Christ.
He beat him head-to-head 3 times.
Hey, we should run right at the middle. There's nobody huge in the middle.
We should have taken points over drives under.
Just kick another field goal on side.
Jesus.
Kick on 3rd down. It doesn't matter if that's the play calling.
This is rough,
Cliff
man.
love. We give Cliff love, and then he does this shit. Look at the 3 huge guys pinching on the center, and there's weird that somebody's in the backfield.
Weird.
And we're kicking. Well, maybe they'll go for this.
They're at the 3. They probably kick.
It feels kicky. He's so Dan Quinn does feel very aggressive.
We got screwed. I think our read was right there.
He feels aggressive, but not when he gets down to the goal line.
That 3rd down should have been picked. You think they convert this? What do you give it? 50-50?
They did not.
They did not convert.
No.
Incomplete.
Pulling the plug.
To Zach Ertz.
Second half, cold streak.
Did you say ball don't lie?
No.
Oh. I thought you said ball don't lie. Like they didn't deserve to be on the goal line.
No, they did. That was a nice drive. Oh, because of the penalty? That was a penalty. He tackled him. All right. Now we get a safety here is going to screw up overtime for me.
It's going to make the second half pushable though. Damn, -2 might push if they get a safety.
All right, yeah, I would run again. I said this over halftime. If you're in the red zone or very close, your play is running Jaden Daniels. I think if you watch that play back and look at how high the ball was, if he were standing up and he got to take 2 more steps, it was very catchable. It didn't look catchable because he was being tackled and he was, more horizontal than vertical at that point. I think that was a catchable ball.
You want to know something crazy?
I do.
This will be the Commanders potentially. This potentially would be the Commanders' 3rd game this year without punting. That's kind of crazy.
Well, I mean, many a slip twixt the cup and the lip.
The Redskins in their franchise history had 3, Andy, and the Commanders have 3 this year.
Well, analytics, baby. We didn't have analytics back then telling people to go for it. People were they're second down punts back in the day.
I guess that's true. The Commanders did not punt against the Giants. They did not punt against Cincinnati. Those were back-to-back weeks without a punt. I remember that. That was weird. that was crazy.
That's easy work. Go be the punter.
All right. Well,
just need a couple more scores.
Damn, dude.
I still think it was a good call. All right.
We need
let's call
fewer
it a
running
night.
attempts. That's what we need. Really
How
need
have
a
we been on
defensive
for an
score.
hour?
You know what would be nice is be a defensive score.
Oh, yeah,
What do
maybe
you
a
think?
strip sack.
You get a guess real quick if this is Tampa. What Philly opens over Tampa? If it's Saturday night.
Philly over Tampa 3, 3.5.
Whoa. Yeah, it's got to be on the upside, the high side of 3. I think
I'm
Gotta
looking
be.
at it right now.
It's got to be.
I may
4.
I may get 3.9 in my numbers.
4. Yeah.
I only make Houston, Kansas City like a shade over 6.
Yeah, that's right.
Baltimore, Buffalo. I have Buffalo favored by 0.7.
Wow.
And that, I mean, I haven't made adjustments for Baltimore looking like a world beater last week. And I would have Detroit as a 4-point home favorite over Minnesota.
The Bucs got the Eagles convincingly this year in the regular season, but that was a little weird though in the game.
Probably what's 6.5 on a hypothetical, huh? That's a bunch for a third straight matchup. Not third straight, but you know what I mean. Third matchup between them two. It would be another road game for
6.5. Huh?
going on the road again, second week for Washington.
All right, man.
Oh, no, I was looking at Tampa Bay, Philly.
Yeah. Wow. 6.5 for Tampa Philly is aggressive. That's a bet Tampa Bay number.
I have Philly 5.5 over Washington at home.
Yeah, that would only be the NFC Championship game, though, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Philly could only host the winner of tomorrow.
Yeah, Washington has to go to Detroit if they win.
Yeah.
So
all right, let's hit the end. Good job.
All right, see you guys.
Talk to you tomorrow.
Oh yeah, Monday.